Good afternoon, everyone. It's a delight to see you all. I am Dean Rucker. I'm the Associate Vice President for Student Affairs at the University of Mary Washington and Dean of Student Life. I'm also a graduate of the University of Mary Washington, back then Mary Washington College, and I have been asked to come today to share with you a few mementos that reflect the experiences that I've had, the stories that I've heard, and the type of gatherings that I've had the opportunity to attend during my connection with the University of Mary Washington. This is a very special place with a great group of alumni, and the alumni family is significant. The alumni family has done a great job in sending me various items over the years, in addition to those that I've gathered at traditional events. It's a delight to be able to share the various items that I've accumulated over the course of time, and some of those are gathered here today. I want you to recognize that this only represents about 15% or so of the items that I've garnered over time. Anyone who's been to my office also notes that there's a huge collection that takes up residence in Marie House. So again, I just want to show off a few of these. Mary Washington has many traditions and special stories. In the 1930s, people used to travel to the university or the college in a variety of modalities. One of those was by train. There was a special Mary Washington car that delivered students to the campus in the earlier history of the institution. I've actually located one of the suitcases from one of the students who was a graduate student here at the university. As you can see, it had her seal, her Mary Washington seal, on the front of it. I remember when I came to the college, I had my own trunk that also had stickers on it, so it was great to find this from the 1930s. I also love baseball caps. My favorite baseball cap was featured in one of the alumni publications some years ago, and I wore it so much it ratted and it is so dead. That is not with me today. But when I was a student here, the MWC cap was the cap of the day. I still have this one and I still wear it. My favorite contemporary cap is this University of Mary Washington cap, which also says Mary Washington on it. I love it. I love its color, and I love the flexibility of being able to wear it to a cross-section of events and programs. Most people know that Mary Washington has the tradition of Double Goat Day. We have the tradition of doubles and goats that goes back to the 1920s. Goats even, devils odd. The colors that go with those are green for goats and red for devils. And I have collected a great number of double goat paraphernalia. You can see the banners. There's also the mugs that are here. There are cups, there are handkerchiefs, there are caps. I even have a double goat chair that takes up residence in my office. One of the things that happens on campus today is the collection of double goat t-shirts, which students line up for hours before the double goat tradition starts, the last Thursday of the semester in the spring traditionally. These are some of the goat shirts, some of my favorites. Goats, goats, goats. The devils also have their flair. Devils, devils, devils. And since I'm a graduate of the class of '81, I have my own special devils. Students take this tradition very, very seriously. They love the double goat tradition. I say we are devils and goats in terms of that odd and even, but every day we're eagles. And UMW Eagles is us united as one university family. There are lots of paraphernalia that we have that celebrates that identity as well. You see the eagles that we gather here. In addition to that, there are a variety of others. Homecoming shirts, and this is about homecoming. Class Council and SGA have done a great job over the years designing a variety of shirts. This is one of my favorites from 2015. Word to Your Mother with George Washington soaring on the wings of an eagle. My favorite shirt, and anyone who follows me on Facebook or social media knows that this shirt travels with me all over the world. It's from the class of for homecoming 2014. And again, my Mary Wash. My Mary Wash is an accumulation of all of my experiences, education, and interaction with students. This goes back before we were the University of Mary Washington. We also had homecoming when we were Mary Washington College and also had t-shirts. This is the 2000 edition of the homecoming t-shirt. This is a slogan that many of our students will be familiar with today. Get dirty, go wash. Another Mary Washington homecoming shirt. I also reflect on some of the special things that have happened here. We celebrated our centennial just over a decade ago, and we had a t-shirt that recognized that special class that graduated in 2008. We also have a sense of community here that is inclusive. The eagle is used to demonstrate our inclusivity as well. This is our Safe Zones shirt. Love who you love. And the symbol is a rainbow eagle. One of the things that I love about our students is their ability to program a cross-section of events. Many of our older alums will recognize one of the symbols of one of the groups that did a lot of programming. In addition to class council, there was Giant Productions. And if you went to any concert during a certain time, from John Mayer to John Legend, you saw the Giant staff t-shirts and Giant Productions. That's UPC today. These pillows are just some of the things that were sent to me by alumni. This is Monroe Hall and Palmieri Plaza, and this is just an old Mary Washington College pillow that I have. I also have throws and blankets as well. I like the universality of our identity. I love the sweatshirts that say Mary Washington, because they're inclusive of the university graduates as well as the college graduates, the Mary Washington College graduates. Again, there are many traditions that make us special. We've had a 100th night. We've had all of these traditions where students get glasses. Our graduates over the course of time also had mugs. This is a mug for the graduates of Mary Washington College. I actually have my own from the class of '81 as well. It goes back to the 1950s. This is a mug from the 50s. That's Mary Washington College of the University of Virginia. And again, this is something that our students have been collecting over time. Jefferson Cups, I've seen our students use at all sorts of social gatherings, from cocktail parties to when they're serving mint juleps. I remember when students graduated in the 1990s, student leaders received from the Office of Student Activities tankards. And this is the type of tankard which they would have received with their names initialed and their year in the back. We like to cheer for our sporting events. As those individuals have gathered for homecoming over the years, no. Traditionally, the event took place in the parking lot adjacent to the battlefield complex. And we yelled, screamed, and cheered for our team. We still do that today, and we look forward to the post-COVID period when we're able to get back together to celebrate our Eagle identity. The commencement ceremony here is a very special tradition of the university. It culminates the careers of our students as they've journeyed and succeeded in their academic disciplines. They wear caps and gowns. Every class has had a special pull for their regalia, and these symbolize some of the earliest pulls that we have, in addition to the most recent or contemporary pull that's used for regalia. The ring tradition is also important here. Our students have the tradition of snapping the box when they get their ring. This is the Mary Washington College ring box. This was the year that we transitioned our identities from college to university. It was the only class that had this box. And this is the current box for the rings that are used. This happens to be my ring from my graduation, and it came in this box. There are many items that help students identify their university experiences, from the eagles that symbolize who we are today to the symbol of the blue tie that was used a generation or so ago. What we like for you to do is to take pictures of those items and post. What is your favorite? Why it's your favorite? why it symbolizes your connection to Mary Washington College or the University of Mary Washington. I look forward to seeing your posts and hearing your stories. We look forward to hearing from you. Thank you and happy homecoming.